Welcome to this week's look at the state of the New York City real estate market, where I take a look at the luxury market, the Manhattan market, and the Brooklyn market. I do it because I want you to be informed. It never hurts when you're a consumer to be informed. Welcome to this week's look at the state of the New York City real estate market. As always, we're going to look at the luxury market, the Manhattan market, and the Brooklyn market. Why do I do this? I do it so that you can stay informed. This market has changed a lot in the last few months, and I want you to have the very latest news so that you can be making informed decisions, whether you're a buyer or a seller or you're a property owner and you want to know how the current market affects your position. This is for the week of October 24th to the 31st. So, what is going on in the New York City real estate market? Well, as always, we are going to start with the luxury market. There were 18 contracts signed last week at $4 million and above. That is 12 fewer than the previous week, and pales in comparison to the week before when we had 30 contracts signed in the luxury market. That was last week, kind of broke that 3-week cycle of contract activity being down in the luxury market. We saw a bit of a nice bump last week, and now we're back to a lesser number of contracts being signed, 18 in total. Okay, condos outsold co-ops, 12-5. There was one townhouse in the mix. The sales volume for the luxury market was quite low as well. We're going to talk about that in a minute. But right now we're going to get to the number one contract in the luxury market that was signed last week. That was for apartment 10A, 250 West Street. It was asking $12.25 million, and it was listed only a month ago. The condo has over 4,100 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 4.5 bathrooms. The kitchen opens onto a corner great room with high ceilings, and it has 7 arched windows overlooking the Hudson River, just gorgeous. A master bedroom also faces the river. The seller purchased the apartment from the sponsor for $7,127,750 back in 2013. The amenities include a doorman, a fitness center, a 61-foot indoor lap pool, children's playroom, plus a 5,000 square foot roof terrace. The number 2 contract was the 5th floor at 817 Fifth Avenue. It was asking $11,995,000. It was reduced from $12.5 million when it was listed in the beginning of September. This full-floor pre-war condo overlooks Fifth Avenue. It has 3,800 square feet. It includes 4 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, an office, a staff room, and laundry. It needs a complete renovation and is being sold with a set of renovation plans. The seller purchased the unit for just under $10 million in October 2020. The building has a doorman and a resident manager, but no other amenities. Okay, now we're going to move on to the stats for the luxury market for last week. As I mentioned, the total weekly asking price sales volume was fairly low compared to what we're used to seeing, $119,624,500. The average asking price, a little over $6.6 million. The median asking price, a little over $5.8 million. The average discount from original to last asking price, 12%. We're seeing that pop again. Hard to know exactly whether this is some kind of trend in the luxury market or just a kind of a one-off micro look, given that we're only really looking at the stats from 1 week. The average days on the market, 579. Again, we're not unaccustomed to seeing a high number of days on the market. For the luxury market, again, why? Because of the pricing and also because often it includes new development, which takes longer to sell. All right, that's it for the luxury market. Let me know if you have any questions, post them below. Happy to answer the questions that you might have about the luxury market specifically, or just general questions that you have about the real estate market and what is going on in New York City. All right, we're going to take a look now at Manhattan. So we're going to start with Manhattan, as we always do, with the 1 week market ticker. The supply was 302. That is down almost 26%. That is likely to do with seasonal trends. This feels seasonal with the supply. The contract signed, however, slightly different story, 172, down 17.31%. In October, as you've heard me say, this is the month where we expect to see a real rise and enthusiasm on the part of the buyers. We tend to see more contracts. The average for October is in the high 800s, just under 900. So we're not seeing that, and that is something that we are definitely keeping an eye on. The off-market properties are down 185. That's a little over 31%. As I've mentioned to you, we have been in a buyer's market for the last few weeks. We're going to talk more about that in a minute. We're going to take a look at the 1 month market ticker. That gives us a little more of a broader view, let's call it that. The monthly supply, 1,635, that is down for the month, 15%, a little more than that. 746 contracts signed, that is up almost 23%. But remember that for October, historically, we're used to seeing contract activity averaging just under 900 contracts for a month, the month of October. Given that today is the last day of October, it will be surprising to see if we actually made it where we're at right now. And if we've gotten to that point, I kind of doubt it, but let's see what happens next week. I'm going to talk about what's going on with the mindset of the sellers right now, as well as the buyers, in just a little bit. But right now, suffice it to say, off market, 834 for the month, up almost 67%. Again, we are in a buyer's market. Here are these bigger picture views: the supply, the pending sales, market pulse, days on market, average price per square foot, resupply pace. This is for those people who have been asking me for more details. So here you go. Let me know if you have any questions about these more detailed charts, or even the 1 week or 1 month charts. We're going to take a deeper dive now. We're going to look at the supply. This is for Manhattan. This is for all price points, all properties in Manhattan. The supply, 7,671. This is up 32% from year to date, and up 4% from last month, and even up 1% from last year. So again, the supply is not amazingly higher. We're not seeing tons of supply. Even though we're in this buyer's market, it is important to look at what's happening with the supply, because we are not seeing this market being flooded with new inventory. For the pending sales, this is, again, any property, price point, type of property in Manhattan. We're looking at the pending sales being 2,657. That is down 33.4% year to date, down 6.3% from last month, and down 29.2% from last year. So we're seeing a bit of a decline on the demand side. So you can see from this market pulse chart that we are in the buyer's market, as we've been discussing. Let's take a look at this contract volume chart. What is really interesting here, if you look at where we are right now, the very end of this chart, you can see that we've been going down, 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 down. We're in this buyer's market. And now you can start to see there's a little bit of an uptick. The market, it looks to be shifting, trending back up, which will put it more in a neutral market for the reasons that I've already mentioned. The supply is essentially seasonal. We're not seeing lots and lots of new properties coming on the market. And while the contract activity is down, It's not down so much that it's really throwing off the balance. Also, if you just look historically at this chart, you'll see that every time um, we see a dip in the market, and there's several places where you can see this, it is immediately followed by a rise in contract activity. So, buyers, this is your cue to be paying attention. You can probably expect a 5, maybe 6% discount. In this market, you may find a seller who really needs to get their deal done in this market, and they're going to be a little more flexible. You may see more discount. Many, many sellers are holding firm. Many sellers have decided that if this is not the right market for them and they can't get the price they want, they're taking their properties off the market and waiting it out, or they are just keeping their property on the market and being less negotiable. In any event, we are not seeing a panicky seller crowd right now. Sellers, however, should be very mindful of how they're pricing their properties. This is not a market in which to be aspirational in your pricing. You really want to get it right out of the gate. Why is that so important? Because you make your best deal in the first month of being on the market. That is when the buyers perceive that it has the most value. The longer you sit on the market, the less money you're going to make. That's it for Manhattan. Now let's take a look at what's going on in Brooklyn. Okay, so what is going on in Brooklyn? Well, it's similar to what is going on in Manhattan, but the Brooklyn market is a little more resilient in terms of maintaining this neutral market status than Manhattan. But let's start, as we always do, with the 1-week market ticker. We're going to look at the supply. 197, that is up almost 9%. Contract sign also up 142, that is a little over 21%. Off market also took a jump up 47% and some change, 84 properties on the market, but we are still in a neutral market. Let's take a look at the 1-month ticker. We're seeing that the supply is 860. That is down about 11.25%. Contract sign is up almost 15%, 505 contract signs. So that's what I mean about the resilience of the Brooklyn market. There overall seems to be more demand for Brooklyn than Manhattan. We're going to take a look at the off market, which is 347, up almost 11%. Again, we still remain in this neutral market. Here are the more detailed charts: the supply, the pending sales, the monthly contract activity, price per square foot, etc. We're going to take a look at this detailed chart for Brooklyn's supply, 3,509 properties. That is up 8.7% year to date, up 2.2% from last month, and down almost 18% from last year. Again, this is a kind of a lackluster fall market when it comes to new inventory. The buyers have also retreated a bit, less so in Brooklyn than in Manhattan, but this is a market that has proven to be not the most robust of fall markets. We're going to continue on. We're going to take a look at the pending sales, down 27.3 in Brooklyn year to date, down 8.5% from last month, and down 29.3% from last year. Again, this is about what we would expect to be seeing given what we can see is happening. If you look at the Brooklyn Market Pulse, here's something kind of interesting, I think. If you look at the end of this chart, meaning right to this moment, we are seeing that we are in a neutral market. We were dipping down almost into a buyer's market in the last week or so, but now we're seeing a little uptick. Is that going to continue? Well, it'll be interesting to see. Again, buyers, be careful not to wait too long. If you are really wanting to take advantage of this market, make your move. Test it. See what happens when you make an offer. Again, 5, maybe 6% is, for the most part, where we're seeing the deals being made. 5, off of asking prices, but you may come across a seller who really needs to sell their property and you may have more negotiability. It certainly isn't a market-wide trend right now, so buyers don't expect that you're going to be getting 10% off the asking price unless it's a very particular situation. Sellers, as I cautioned, Manhattan sellers, please be careful about your pricing. Make sure that you price yourself in alignment with at least what you know about where the market is right now. Try to get your deal done in those first 30 days so that you make the most money you possibly can and you really squeeze everything out that this market has to offer you. Okay, that is it for this week's look at the Brooklyn market, and that is it for this week's look at the state of the New York City real estate market. I'll be back next week with more up-to-the-minute news about what is going on in the New York City market, from the luxury market to the Manhattan market to the Brooklyn market. In the meantime, take care.